We are talking about the best teams in Marvel Strike Force for the month of August 2025. Let's go ahead and get into it. The newest team that just came out hot off the press is the Hellfire Club. So we're still not sure what this team is actually capable of doing. We know they're supposed to be the new mutant raid team. Can they expand and do something else? We don't know, right? They're still really new. We're curious to see what they're actually capable of doing, and we're doing stuff a little bit different. So we got both my accounts, my main account, my baby account. For some reason my big boy account's on the bottom. That's going to change as we go through, but this is what I got developed so far. Let me know what you think of the teams at this point. Now I'm going hard on the Fantastic Four. So that was the last team to come out, and as you can see, right, we're putting power into them. We got all the characters unlocked. We used power cores. We're trying to get into arena early. I'm really enjoying this team. How are they working out for you? Let's take a peek at the calendar for the month. Are we going to get any help? Well, on the left hand side, we have members of the Annihilators. So we know the Fantastic Four MCU is replacing the Annihilators in Alliance War. They're still a good team, but I wouldn't be investing in them at this time. On the right hand side, though, we have 3 members of the Uncanny Avengers. And interestingly enough, if I understand what's going on, if you are a returning player, you got this welcome back calendar, they're just giving you the team. They're just giving you the team to be unlocked. This is a Spotlight Raid team, the main Spotlight Raid team. So I think this might be indicative of something to come, but they're definitely putting this team in their hand. They want you to have it, and they want you to have it now. Let's turn our attention to what many consider to be the most important game mode in Marvel Strike Force, Arena. So here's my main arena team right here. You see I'm going with 3-piece Fantastic Four MCU. I got Null, I have Odin, I do not have Professor X. So last time we spoke, I was ranked 56, and at the time this picture was taken, I'm ranked 44. Spending some time with Big Positive Geek. If you didn't see the live stream, he gave me some tips. We're able to punch a lot farther than this, but at the time this picture was taken, rank 44. So it's helping, right? It's helped me to kind of stay a lot closer to that 50 range. Let's look and see what the big folks in my arena chart are doing. We got Mr. Turkey Lurkey coming in at number 3. He does indeed have Xavier, and he's going for a 5th using the Black Cat. Coming in at number 2 on my arena chart is Freenock. Now, since we've been keeping track, he's been in the top 3 months in a row. So he has Professor X, and his 5th is Quasar. Coming in at the number 1 spot, since we've been keeping track, is Omega Zero, newcomer to the top 3. Holding down Professor X and Odin with their Fantastic Four MCU 3-piece. So that's what the top end of my arena chart looks like. Are you seeing anything different? Right? Are there different strategies where you're at? I would definitely like to know. Now, last time we spoke, Anna Vamp was the gatekeeper between getting higher in arena and not, because she did not have Professor X. But as you can see, clear as day right now, she did indeed get her Professor X unlocked. Round of applause right there from Professor X himself, Mr. Patrick Stewart. So now, who is the new gatekeeper? What's the farthest I can get as a player not having Professor X? It looks like my guy right here, Stoofs. So Stoofs, he's still on the hunt, right? His Professor X is still hiding out. He's still on the hunt, just like me. We're all still working towards it. We're trying to get a hold of him. So where does Stoofs place in the rankings? And so as we look right here, Stoofs is at 16. So he's the gatekeeper. I can't get any farther than that, more than likely, without Professor X. Ryan Express has Professor X, Stoofs does not. So as time goes on, right, that's the ticking time bomb. More people get him, the more they're going to be pushing that top down. It's going to be harder for me to punch up. So I still have Professor X on my list of things to do. Got to get a hold of him. We'll check in next month and see how the progression is going. If we look at my arena chart, these are the people around me right now. So for the most part, when it comes to other Fantastic Four MCU teams, it's kind of like that coin flip that we've been hearing. Just trying to be patient, right? 50-50 shot whether I'm going to win or lose those matches. We just try to do our best with the knowledge of the teams that we have and see what we can do. We do have an opportunity. If I hit that reset button, we got Fernetto there on the right-hand side. If I see the 3-piece MCU, Odin and Null, was hanging out again with Big Positive Geek on the stream. He gave me another team there with Old Man Logan, Emma, Apocalypse. I can get through that squad right there. So I should definitely, if I see those, I should definitely target that, punch through, and see if I can continue to increase my arena rank. Now, if we flip over to the new player account, And look at this, ranked 47. Last time we spoke, I was ranked 118. We were debating on how we could get through the top 100. How are we going to be able to do that? We were really struggling. With the addition of the Fantastic Four MCU members we got there, I'm using Null, Quasar. I'm able to punch up into the top 50. So a big jump, great gamble. It paid off for the new player for sure. Now it'll take longer for those individuals to pull me back down. So if we just take a look at the top people in that arena shard, coming in at number 3, we got Doom Slug. He's month 2, right on the streak in the top 3. He has an Odin, so he's using Odin and Kahori for his extras there with his Fantastic Four MCU. So again, man, it happens quick. It changes quick, man. The guys at the top, they start putting that cash money on the table and everything is available. Everything's an option. He has Odin. It's going to be a problem. And not only that, we got Lobu. We got Lobu once again. This is his 2nd month inside the top 3. He has Mephisto and Professor X. That is definitely a hard stop. I don't have Odin. I don't have any of those other big ballers on this account. Not spending money. So that's going to be a huge problem to overcome. But you see, people are doing it. They are making it happen. So that brings us to the cat who's holding down the number 1 spot, Chris Rock. So he's been on the list a lot. Since we've been keeping track, this is his 3rd month in a row inside the top 3. And notice he's not rocking the MCU. We see that he does indeed have Professor X because he got him in the profile up there. So this is a very interesting defense, all things considered. But he's hanging out at the number 1 spot. So with that information, if we're understanding it correctly, it looks like Doom Slug does not have Professor X. Lobu and Chris Rock do, I think, right? We're hypothesizing right here based on what we saw. So I would say I could punch up to number 3, but I don't have an Odin, right? I don't have an Odin. But we'll do what we can, right? We'll see how high we can get on this new player side of things. We are definitely getting more power cores than we were before. So we'll see how that goes. This is the trouble that we're running into. The teams that we're going after right now are just insanely strong. So these are just maxed out-ish teams, right? Gear tier 19, gear tier 20, full diamonds. And my little team that you saw just physically can't keep up. As I put more power into the team, I expect that to go away because we know that the Fantastic Four can punch through the Annihilators and deal with the Super Scroll and things of that nature. So I know I should be able to move through this. I just need more physical power on my team. How are things going for you in your arena shard? I would like to know. That brings us to what is probably the most important game mode in Marvel Strike Force, which is the raids, because the raids is where you get what you need to build your teams. So first we'll look at our Spotlight Raid teams in Alpha Flight. This is what's up, right? They're the older of the 2 Spotlight Raid teams. One on the top, I can get through max difficulty with that one. And Simulate on the bottom, that's the one I'm using on the new player account to get through Spotlight 2 normal. Spotlight 2 normal, that's strong enough to sim and get through most of the nodes most of the time. Occasionally it fails, but generally speaking, it works out just fine. In a similar fashion, we got the Uncanny Avengers to take on the second half of the Spotlight Raid. Up at the top, that's the main account. On the bottom, that's the baby account. The same deal. We're about at the part here where, again, I can sim through most of the time. It's fine. Occasionally they fail. I might put a little bit more power into them to ensure that they succeed. But Spotlight 2 normal, this is what it's doing, or this is what I'm using to get it done. Now, Spotlight's important because you get catch-up. It's a catch-up mechanic for the game. The orbs on the left-hand side, you got these individuals here. So we got some Star Jammers. We got some Liberty. You're only going to get 2 shards of those individuals for every Spotlight orb that you open. But if you missed those teams or you're just now trying to reach back for some reason and get them, you'll get a couple shards that way with the Spotlight Raid orb. In the middle, you're going to be getting 5 shards of Hit Monkey. So obviously he belongs to the Vigilante team. So that's how you're going to max him out. They're farmable now. So if you need to get more Hit Monkey, again, he's guaranteed 5 shards in every single Spotlight Raid orb you open. So open as many as you can till you max him out. Then on the right-hand side of the orb, that's where you get a smattering of characters that generally speaking are already farmable. So you're just augmenting your farming process here. You got some Accursed characters, you got some Vigilantes, Thunderbolts, you got a couple of your Fantastic Four, as far as the Thing and Johnny Storm. So again, this is just helping you catch up with whatever the most current teams are if you don't have them fully maxed out. Flipping over to the Chaotic Storm raid, we'll go through the different traits needed for that. For the bio section, Thunderbolts is what is required. Now, I want you to just take a look at the top there. And then at the bottom, see, I have more stars on the guys on the bottom. Why? Because on the newer account, I'm going after character shards. On the top, I'm going after Professor X. So, interesting experiment to see how things work out. But, right, this team, it's kind of so-so. Stock is kind of in the middle. They're really good in raids. They're kind of average everywhere else. Vigilante, the Vigilante is going to help you punch through the skill section. The Vigilante team is a great team. This team is good in a variety of spots, really good, really fun to use. They get extra bonuses against villains and some of the strongest characters in the game are indeed villains, and they'll just help you knock them straight down. Great team. I think a lot of people are happy with the Vigilante team. The Vigilante team is the newest team to be farmable. So we saw Hitmonkey in the Spotlight Raid Orb, Daredevil Modern. You can find him in the Cosmic Crucible store. And then you have Silver Sable. She should be popping up in the War store. So when you see those characters, if you're not maxed out, make sure you pick them up. The team needed for the Mystic section is the Night Stalkers. Now the Night Stalkers, I think most people are satisfied with them as well. They're a very good team. They're usable in multiple game modes. They're a good raid team. They probably rank now as number 2, as second best raid team for what's out there right now, sitting just behind the Vigilantes. But they are an older team, so we kind of want to be a little cautious. We're not sure if they're going to be replaced. And depending on when you're watching this video, the information may already be available that there's a new tech team coming. Orcus is currently the tech raid team. Great team. They're slotted in probably at number 3 overall for raid teams, but there's a new tech team coming. So we shouldn't build this team. They're getting ready to be replaced. They're one of my favorites though, because I like the X-Men and X-Men villains. But Orcus, again, they are a solid team. As we saw before, the Hellfire Club is the new mutant raid team. So they just are currently replacing the Extreme X-Men. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how good they are in other game modes. They have an interesting cast of characters, as we're going to find out a little bit more later. You can pop off a couple of their members and use them in other game modes. So we'll have to see what this team actually brings to the game over the coming months. Let's turn our attention to the majority of the community's favorite game mode, Cosmic Crucible. So I believe I'm at 163 and 164 overall. That would mean I went 6 and 8 since we last spoke. I really had a lot going on. I do not know if those numbers are correct, but hey man, we're gonna keep rolling with it. So last time we spoke, I was ranked at 14,632 and I have been bumped down to 20,778. So I think it's really interesting. There's some debate whether people are playing the game mode. I know that some individuals haven't gotten any opponents, right? They just play and the opponent doesn't seem to play, but I am still getting pushed down. So there are at least people above me that are doing things. So we look at the other account, Cosmic Crucible, 35 and 16. So that means I went 7 and 3, maybe. Again, the two numbers don't match up. But hey, man, we had a lot going on. We're just going to keep going with what I have here. So here we have the kind of the opposite, right? I was ranked 111,817 last time we spoke, and now I'm at 89,803. So I am moving up, right, on that account. I am moving up, and I am facing opponents, right? Sometimes they don't play either, but we are moving forward. We are moving up. Our strategy seems to be working, so we're just going to keep doing what we're doing, right? We just build the newest teams. Now, we look at the best Crucible teams that are out there, just vanilla teams. We got the Accursed, right? I don't know anything about them, right? They're the newest team. I don't know anything about them because I don't have them, but they seem to hit really hard, man. You watch other people's videos, they seem to be able to put some firepower together, and they're designed to help you take out certain Professor X compilations, I believe. People are not super thrilled with them, but it sounds like when you put some juice into them, they can get the job done. Starjammers. So this is my Starjammers, and I like them, man. I like them. I think they're still good. They're made to help you stop Odin and Mephisto's kind of in their tracks. Again, they don't do a whole lot outside of Crucible, but inside of Crucible, They're designed to get going early, put some control in play, and help you one-shot some of those big bads. So they're a good team. They're a good offensive team. That brings us to the Immortal X-Men. Again, pretty decent team, right? Pretty fair Crucible team. But now they've made it so you can pop Rachel Summers in. So we're going to have to see how that works. How does that change what happens in Crucible? Does it change? Or if you missed out on half of this team, right? Does it just help you catch up and stay relevant in the meta? We're going to have to see what people do. I think it's a good idea that they're building teams like this, that you can pop members out, have some instant theory crafting, and then use other ideas that the community comes up with. The Illuminati will be the next oldest team. They're still good. They're great, man. You know, they're great. I haven't been playing long enough to have my Catherine Britton maxed out, but they're still great. But on the new player side, I wouldn't invest. It's just they're too old. They're strong, but I wouldn't go back and get them and bring them up if you don't have them in play already. If they're a team that you already have, we're just going to keep on trucking because they do indeed get results. And then finally, the fifth oldest Crucible team is the Cabal. I'm not sure, like the way their team works is good. So they're going to enhance villains every time a strong villain comes into the game. So we got Blastar, right? We got Blastar coming to the game. It might 100% revitalize this team. I don't know, but the team is good. Again, I don't know if I can justify you going back and grabbing them and bringing them up unless you are definitely a fan of Cosmic Crucible. Now, we don't have these individuals ranked, but the Phoenix Force team, it's just going to get stronger every year. So every year, a new Phoenix Force member is supposed to drop in. So the team will be strong. They'll slowly drop off. And then next year, boom, there'll be a new member and they'll be good again. I think it's a great idea. Who do you think should be the next Phoenix Force member? So when it comes to what might be my favorite game mode, Alliance War, not that I'm good at it, I just enjoy it. We went 4-2 and I'm with a new group. I'm still with Team Superfly, but now I'm in the New Age Kang. It's an interesting story. I don't have time to tell it right now, but we're going to talk about why I'm in a new alliance. And I think that shows something super interesting for the state of the game. And these cats are no joke, man. These cats are no slouches. So we're ranked 39 at the end of the last war season. My old alliance turnaround, they're just a couple ranks, maybe 5 ranks up above in the low 30s. So again, there's a lot of Team Superfly alliances out there that are taking war very, very seriously. It's good to see, and I'm just glad to be part of an active community. I think it's important. If we turn our attention over to the baby account, motivation, no cap, I think, right? The numbers don't add up, but 49 and 23 is what I have. Again, I had a bunch of stuff happen, man. I might have missed some of the information, but we still got a winning record overall. It didn't go well the last cycle, but that's okay. So the last time we spoke, we're at 4,139, approaching the end of the war season. And with the reset and a couple losses, we're at 5,730. But again, that's okay. Just the fact that we're losing matches means that people are playing the game. There are people that are trying in Alliance War, and we can't just bump our way up. The last couple teams that came out, probably I'm going to give this team 5 stars, is the Liberty team. Liberty team is awesome, man. Liberty team is awesome. They're made to just drill out strong opponents. So they'll just drill out an Odin or just drill out a Mephisto. You need all, probably most, if not all members to be active, but the team is good. I like it. If you like Alliance War, they hit hard, they're strong, they'll get it done for you. Mighty Avengers was the next team to come out. I'm going to give them a 7 out of 10. They beat all your normal Alliance War teams, right? Hybrids probably trip them up, but they beat all the regular teams. That's what they're there for. They're just there to just, right, beat up on the vanilla squads, so you don't really have to think too much. They're a good team. They can do a lot of work. There are stronger teams available, like the Absolute A-Force. They're the 3rd oldest of the teams on our list right now, but I'm giving them a 9 out of 10. But those girls hit hard, man. They hit hard. You can probably maybe pop out Ironheart and Wasp and put some other people in if you want. But Kahori, Medusa, they hit super hard. Miss Marvel Classic can almost be impossible to drill through at times. I really like this team. I've been impressed since they came out. It's one of my favorite Alliance War teams. And then we have the Undying team. I don't really do zombies, so I don't invest in them, but they're coming to an end here. The final member will be coming out this year. It'll revitalize the team, and then what would you like to see after that? Should they continue to go with more zombies, or should they pivot to a different genre, like maybe Captain America's or symbiotes, or people who have the hammers of Thor? What do you think? What theme should they go after the Undying team is completed? Probably one of my favorite teams, I'm giving them an 8 out of 10, is the Mercs for Money, because Old Man Logan is just that man. He's still strong, he's still good. Old Man Logan is that man. Dawkins, no joke. Pandapool can take a licking and keep on ticking. They're just a great team, man. I like them. Most people like Wolverine, so Old Man Logan just makes us smile when he does a special in his ultimate ability. So then that's going to bring us to one of the newest game modes in Marvel Strike Force, Battle World. And as we know, there's really only one Battle World team at the moment, and that is the Astral team. So people got some crazy scores on Null. They changed the rules. They put a timer back on Null because the fight was getting insane. So this team is good. They do what they are made to do. They hit hard against Null. We can use them in other game modes as well. As you see on the bottom, I have not reached back to get them on the baby account because I don't know if we should be doing that. I don't know if we should be reaching back for older teams. Now, at the time this video was taken, I just needed 25 more shards to get my Null maxed out on the main account. So we have that done. Null is at full power, and now we're all working together to get that 7th red star. But it was good. It was a good chase. It was a fun time. Null is a great character. We'll see what happens next as time goes on. Now, this is my Null on the baby account, so we got him unlocked, right? We got him unlocked, and we got the red stars for him, as many as we could get. It's going to be a minute before we max him out, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes. I think, I'm not sure how people are going to get him. Is he going to be available in some store, or will there be some type of campaign to get him? He's a strong character, and it took a long time for us to get him, so if you're coming into the game later, I'm not sure what's going to happen. But probably the thing that's on my mind, if it's not on your mind, the thing that's on everybody's mind is what's next. We know that the Sentry is the next Battle World chase character, but how is that going to happen, right? We need a new team, right? We're running out of months. That's the cool thing about, right? We're running out of months. It's month 8. So one of these next teams is going to have to be the new Battle World team. And the new updated Battle World should be coming at some point, right? We're just taking a look quick at my legendary character inventory. Just want to compare the two. So my end game account, Quasar is the man. He's the strongest of the legendary characters that I own. Old Man Logan, we still use him some. Shadow King, we still use him some. Phoenix, Green Goblin, still use them some a little bit. I'm not really invested in them, but we use them, right? In raids and in war, in war and in Crucible. So that's what I got. Then we look over at my new player side of things. Quasar, obviously, because they're handing him out. That's as strong as I could get him red star wise. Old Man Logan, we're starting to put a little bit of investment in him, and then the rest, right? The rest, again, I'm not going to tell anybody to go back and build old legendary characters because I don't think it's worth it, man. I don't think it's worth it. They cost a lot of investment, and they're not going to give you much back. So again, if we looked at what I'm using on the end game, I'm just using a couple. So I wouldn't go back and get other ones. If we look at the mythics, this is what I was able to accomplish so far. 250 out of 510 for Professor X. We're about halfway there. I need 2 more characters. I'm working on Scientist Supreme right now. And then I think I hit the button on Omega Red Phoenix Force, and that should get me through that section. But hey, do you have Professor X or not? Let me know in the comments. And if we flip to the other side of the coin, when it comes to mythic characters, I have 0 unlocked on the new player account. Well, I got Ultron and Ultimates unlocked, but as you see, there's no power in Tomb, there's no power in Kestrel. So I don't know, man. I'm kind of stuck at the cosmic section of each of these individuals. Fantastic Four is going to help with that. I just got to get them up to the proper gear tier, and then I'll be able to move forward on all of their dark dimensions. Now, we're getting close to the end of the year here, man. We need a Battle World team. There's probably going to be at least one more War team, one more Crucible team, right? We're running out of months. We're running out of months. How many teams you think we got left? What do you think they will consist of? And yeah, man, how is Marvel Strike Force going to you as we start closing into the end of the year? Hey man, I just want you to know that if you haven't checked out this video right here, I'm asking you please to do it because it's legit.